Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. And where we are today is we're actually not far from General Ulysses S. Grant, his ancestral homestead. And where we are is we're actually at Upper Clonanese Presbyterian Church, as you can see. And of course, this church has a big connection to Ulysses S. Grant, because this is the ancestral church of the Simpson family. So fantastic. And of course, General Grant's mother was a Simpson before she married. And also General Grant, of course, not only led the Union troops at the American Civil War, but he also became the 18th president of the United States. And this is the old hall, the old church hall of Clonanese, and you can see there it says Clonanese Presbyterian Church Hall, and this one was erected in 1937. So there you are. And I hope to video inside the wee church as well, so watch out for that one. So we're going to go in here and have a look, because some of General Grant's ancestors, the Simpsons, are actually buried here. So that's the church. You can see the big clock on the wall there. And the graveyard. Now the first monument that meets you here is this one here, which is a Simpson monument, as you can see. Now, could well be connected to the original Simpson family of General Grant. I was talking to the caretaker. He's not so sure about this one. He couldn't definitely say that they are, but there's certainly a very strong possibility that they are. So I'm going to read this one to you, because this is quite unique. And this gentleman actually has the name of John Simpson. Of course, Grant's ancestor was called John Simpson. Of course, this isn't him because it's a later date, but certainly could be related. It says, in memory of Sarah, beloved wife of John Simpson, who died April 24th, 1879, aged 67 years. Also John Simpson above named, who died Sabbath, February 11th, 1894, aged 81 years. And then it says, also Jane, beloved wife of Hugh, I'm not sure what that stands for, but it's Simpson, who died September 4th, 1896, aged 35 years. But it's also got an international flavour to this grave, because it says, Robert David, his youngest son, died July 11th, 1915, and interred in Moose Jaw City Cemetery, Canada, aged 26. But it also says Sarah Matilda, his youngest daughter, died January 27th, 1919, aged 25 years. Also John James, his closest son, died at wherever that is in Africa, aged August 24th, 1926, aged 43 years. And it says also Andrew, his third son, died at wherever that is in New Zealand, December 16th, 1927, aged 42 years. And also, again, Hugh McF, whatever that stands for, Simpson, died April 20th, 1928, aged 80 years. Then it says, I am the resurrection and the life, which is, of course, what Jesus said. And it says there also his sons, Hugh Simpson, died 30th of November, I'll have to get a closer look at that one. His grave is a wee bit dirty, so it's hard to make out. I'm not sure what that is, 65 maybe. And then Mitchell Simpson died 27th December 1985. So that's the first Simpson grave that meets you, and it certainly could be related to the original John Simpson. And again, there's another, that's gravestone there is a flat gravestone on the same plot. But these two next graves are definitely related to John Simpson of the 18th century. And this one is Simpson, in loving memory of Margaret Eliza, I think that is, died 22nd of August 1931. William Robert died 14th of August 1943. Granddaughter Nolene Ann died 22nd of August 1957, aged 9 years, only a child. And then their son Thomas John died 18th of May 1977. And daughter-in-law Mary Louisa died 4th of September 1993. It says, peace, perfect peace. So this grave here of the Simpsons is definitely related to the original John Simpson, who immigrated to America in 1760. And then also we have another Simpson grave here, who is connected to John, the original John Simpson, and it's this one here, which is a very big plot, and it says, in loving memory of the Simpson families Dergana and Colin Tra. And then the wee scripture verse is John 3 verse 16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes or trusts in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And then that's the Tamamore Simpson, and that one is Oswald and Ethel Simpson. So there you go, that's the two Simpson plots here to the original John Simpson, who was General Ulysses S. Grant's ancestor. So I'm going to take you a wee walk around the church. And let you see the outside of the building. And of course watch out for the other wee video, because I will be videoing inside the building. There's an old crypt there. I don't know what age that is. But it's well sheltered. And there's also an Enniskilner buried here, a war grave. So I'm going to show you that. I'd probably do a wee separate video on that one. So there's modern graves here, and there's earlier graves from the 19th century. Pretty amazing to think that this is the Simpson grave, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Or it's the Simpson Church, sorry. Absolutely fantastic. And you can see that's the Muir Hall. So it is quite a lot of graves here, as you can see. So this is really, believe it or believe it not, with this church, it's really a tale of two churches. You've heard of a tale of two cities. Well, basically this is the tale of two churches, because the first Presbyterians in Clonanese area worshipped in the parish church, and the Presbyterians then built a mud house in the townland of Innis, commonly called the Clabber House, and they met there then for worship. Now in 1728 they applied for a minister of their own, and in 1743 they rented land from the Earl of Charlemont, and they built a new meeting house the next year in 1744. Now some years later a mill race was dug within a few feet of the church, which caused flooding. So in 1788 money was actually raised to raise the building. And whenever the money was raised, the minister and a majority of the congregation decided to build a new meeting house on higher ground. And many others of the congregation objected, saying that they did not want to be removed from their ancestral seat. And the new meeting house was built while the others actually remained in the old building. And so both called themselves Clonanese. So you have upper and you have lower Clonanese. And in 1809, they were both in the presbyteries of Upper and Lower Tyrone, and have been known as Upper and Lower Clananice ever since. And as I say, General Grant's ancestors, the Simpsons, were Presbyterians, and they belonged to the congregation of Upper Clananice, which is this one here, the church that we're at. And so they belonged to this one, and I showed you two graves there belonging to the families, and possibly a third one. And as I say, then family members of the Simpsons are actually laid to rest in the graveyard here of the meeting house. Now in 1760, John Simpson, he was the great grandfather, as I say, of General Grant. He left Ireland, he emigrated to Ohio in the United States, and John Simpson's great grandson was born Hiram Ulysses Grant in 1822, and of course the rest is history. And the original Irish homestead of General Grant is preserved at Ballygolly, County Tyrone, and it's actually open to visitors free of charge all year round. And I've done a few videos there, so make sure you check those out. So there you go. That's your wee tour of Clananice, and it's not easy to try and pronounce that. Church, which was the ancestral church of John Simpson, who left for America in 1760. And of course, he was the ancestor of Ulysses S. Grant. Thanks for watching, and God bless.